Hello. Okay, we good. How y'all doing? So, for those of you who don't know, and the ones who don't give a flying, I was talking about the NFL for each team. And we about halfway, not halfway. We'll be 6 weeks, 7 weeks, 6 weeks in. Um, and we are. I think this is the best time to make this video. Just about so far. So I'm making another one right on my birthday. So it'll be in about 2 months. We need to talk about these teams and who is disappointing me and who has shocked me. So, we'll start with the news. Jack Easterby is gone, and everybody's excited for that. Mike McDaniels won't blame QB injuries for Dolphins losing streak. I mean, kinda, but that's not what we're here for today. Let me see the score. Let me see the docket, yo. Let me see the docket, yo. All right, week 6. So we just gonna go. We're gonna go start from Thursday and work our way back up to the Monday night game. So, the Commanders and the Bears. Both of these teams were about just as bad as I could have imagined. Um, the Bears still don't have receivers. Commanders, Carson Wentz got sacked 9 times by us a couple weeks ago, so he's still running for his life. The Falcons are performing better. I didn't think they would be 500. The 49ers, I swear they was going to be better than that. They stink. The whole NFC West is looking a little poopy right now. Get that off my screen. It already happened. The Patriots finding ways to win with Bailey Zappi. The Browns. I hope the Browns lose every game forever, as long as Deshaun Watson's on that team. Every game forever. The Jets. That man Bob Solid got them boys believing. You gonna hear me say that a lot. If a coach got a team believing, they doing something. So, the Packers. I have no idea what's going on with Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. Dude, hey, yo man. I'm doing laundry before I go to work, and my cat is scratching up my bed. Stop doing that. Boy. Get up. Let's get up. Sit down. Say hello. You need to apologize. All right, so sit down. Sit down. So just running on. So I just want to see there. So they didn't get a touchdown until the third quarter. That's the third quarter. They didn't score until the third quarter. Wow. I want to see the stats real quick. Real quick. What is this? Oh, this is a horrible menu. So Zach Wilson only threw the ball 18 times for 110. Brees Hall 20 for 116. Braxton Berrios had a touchdown, and they had a block punt go back for a touchdown. So they played really good. Quentin Williams had a fumble. They had 3, 4? How many? I thought that was how many interceptions. I'm sorry, no interceptions. But what? 5 pass breakups. 2 sacks from Quentin Williams. 3, 4. 4 sacks on Aaron Rodgers. So they left some points on the board. That could have been worse than what it was. Aaron Rodgers threw the ball 41 times. They threw Jordan Love in there to get some snaps. A.J. Dillon, they didn't run the ball at all. 20 times in total. One of them coming from Aaron Rodgers. It's not that good. I know A.J. Dillon had a fumble. Big Bob Tanya leading the way. Allen Lazard is nowhere to be found. Aaron Jones thought he would get a little bit more touches. I thought Romeo Dobbs would get a little bit more touches this week, but I don't know. Aaron Rodgers had 2 fumbles and he lost 1. This team, it's been relatively the same. Like last week, they lost to the Giants, and they didn't look good in the second half at all. We're gonna get to the Giants in a second. The Jags and the Colts. I mean, the Colts are still pretty mediocre as is, but you know how that goes. The Jags are playing a lot better than I thought. They gave us a run for our money when the Eagles played them a couple weeks ago. They actually gave us a run for our money, so we looked. We started off slow coming out the gates, but they can make it work with Dougie P. The Vikings being 5-1 is something I did not expect. The Dolphins if Tua doesn't get hurt, they're not 3-3. They're closer to 5-1 than 3-3 without Tua. And I'm not people who know me. I'm not the biggest Tua fan anyway. So me saying that shows how bad this team has dropped off without him. Because I don't believe Skylar Thompson or Teddy Bridgewater is the answer quarterback. So, you know, I think he's supposed to come back next week. I think, because I know Dak Prescott is supposed to come. Like a report came out after, like right after the game that Dak Prescott was coming back. Tua out of concussion protocol and playing 2 weeks after second head injury. So he's supposed to play against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Jesus Christ. Lord, pray for him. All right, so Kirk Cousins is balling. The Bengals and the Saints, the Bengals are, I don't know what they got going on. I thought they would be like 4-2, 5-1. But after that first week, the first week was just not having Clark Harris, the long snapper. That's my guy right there, dude with the epic mustache. So he wasn't there. And then they came out slow versus the Cowboys. Let me see this. Yeah, they came out slow versus the Cowboys. They kind of played pretty mediocre versus the Ravens. Where's the schedule? Where's the schedule? Damn, Justin Tucker just got shook. Where's the schedule? Okay. Regular season schedule. So, yeah. Came out slow versus the Cowboys. Got a win versus the Jets. They beat the Dolphins because of Tua's injury, and they lost to Baltimore, kind of playing pretty mediocre. So, they should beat Atlanta. They should beat Cleveland. They should beat Carolina. And then they're going into a bye. And then they got a Sunday night game. So, the next real challenge doesn't come until Tennessee and then Kansas City. And then they got Tampa Bay. So that season ends off pretty rough. So it's one of the things like you got to get off to a hot start or you're just going to be fighting for the rest of the year. So, I mean, they can pull some wins out. I'm sorry for my lo-fi nonsense on the screen. That's because I need my computer up and running. But that is the Cincinnati Bengals. The Saints just have no sense of direction right now, especially with Jameis Winston playing quarterback. So when they get a quarterback and they get acclimated with Dennis Allen, I think they'll turn it around. This is the first year without Sean Payton in 16, 17 years. So it's kind of, they're looking for a way. The Ravens and the Giants, the New York Football Giants are the most impressive team this year outside of my Eagles. Brian Dable, my man Belk said Dable is the best big dude from New York since Biggie, and that's true. The New York Giants have surprised me. They are finding ways to win. That Brian Dable got them boys believing they can do anything. I did not expect for him to be that short. Seeing him on the sideline for the first time was weird. Let me see this. So we're gonna look at stats. So Lamar. No, I need to see the Giants stats first. Daniel Jones, from what I've seen this year, hasn't really turned the ball over. That pitcher is still horrible. So this year he only has 2 interceptions at 2 fumbles. So 4 turnovers in total. To what? 5, 7. So 7-4 is not bad. It could be better. Should be better. But they pulled out that win versus the Titans. I mean, they beat the Panthers. Everybody should beat the Panthers. They lost to the Cowboys. But the way they playing in the rest of these games, they should have lost this one. They beat the Bears. They beat the Packers. They shut down the Packers in the second half. The Packers scored 2 points in the second half. Like, Giants outscored them 17-2. I remember that. I remember watching the second half. I was confused. And they just beat the Ravens, coming back from down 10. So they are putting it together. I don't know how. I haven't sat down and watched them. I don't know how. But they are doing it. And Saquon is back, by the way. Saquon is back. I don't know how you mismanage using Saquon Barkley. I really don't. But he is back, ladies and gentlemen. So, 2 for 83 in the touchdown. And they're getting him a little bit of work in the passing game, which I thought they would do a little bit more. Yeah. Lamar threw an idiotic interception at the end of the game. I don't know what he was thinking. Um, yeah. Baltimore. Let's switch to Baltimore. So Lamar is balling, but the problem is they keep blowing leads. So they've lost 3 or 4 games this year with blown leads. But this is a result of not surrounding your star quarterback with what he needs. Because he needs a number one receiver, like a dominant number one receiver. And I just think that's what's lacking here. So they blew like a 35-14 lead to the Dolphins. I'm pretty sure something crazy like that, 35-21, something like that. They beat the Patriots. They should have beat the Bills, but not kicking that field goal at the goal line led to Josh Allen getting that field goal on the other side. They beat the Bengals, which is a good game, and then they blew a 10-point lead here. So was it 10? I think it was 10. Like a 10-point lead. So they got Cleveland coming out next week, and then they got Tampa Bay on a short week. So that'll be good. They go to Tampa Bay on a short week, so we'll see how that goes. And they got the Saints, and they go into a bye, so they're able to rest going right before Thanksgiving. So that'll be something. That means graduations, right? We get to Thanksgiving, that means graduation right around the. I'm sorry. The Bucks lost to the Steelers. I have seen nothing from that game, and I'm really confused as to what happened. But Kenny Pickett is a much better option than what's his face, Mitch Trubisky, because Mitch Trubisky do not drive the ball down the field at all. I don't know what his issue is. But he came back. Kenny Pickett got hurt, and he came back somehow. So they scored a touchdown on their first drive. Who was on this drive? Kenny Pickett led them to a field goal. Kenny Pickett led them to another field goal, so that's 13 right there. And then Mr. Trubisky put it over the top for him. So Mr. Trubisky was not putting them in position to win games. And last week versus the Bills was just a bad example. Because it's the Buffalo Bills. They're going to smack anybody. So, or at least the Buffalo Bills should smack anybody. So there's that. Brady is struggling. Offensive line has dipped off a little bit. He's getting hit a little bit more. I'm not gonna talk about his family nonsense because I don't care. Like just offensively, they just have not been up to snuff. Because outside of this game right here, 19, 20, 12, 21, 20. So if we add up those minus the 31, so 19 plus 20 plus 12 plus 21 plus 18, was that divided by 5? Okay, I'm a complete idiot and that didn't work. 19 plus 20 plus 12 plus 21 plus 18 equals divided by 5. That's 18 points a game. That's just not gonna work. So 18 points a game, and this they had 2 or 3 late game touchdowns. So I don't even really count that one. But I don't know. It's Tom Brady. I don't know. He was yelling at his teammates the other day, so there's that. But that ain't my team. But I think they'll turn around. 500 is just not a Tom Brady football-led team thing. So I don't know what it's going to take. The Rams and the Panthers, no one cares about either one of these teams because both of these teams suck. My Panthers are going into tank mode. They hired Steve Wilkes. Matt Rule is gone. This is my city, so I'm going to talk about the Panthers. They stink. Matt Rule is not good. I'm curious to see who's like really next. It might be time to invest in one of these young. Not might be. It's time to invest in one of these young offensive-minded coaches and right this ship because watching Matt Rule call plays was disgusting. The Rams, average. They stink right now. 24 points. I mean, They should have smacked them by 40. Geno Smith has the Seattle Seahawks 500. I would not have believed that when I made that video about them couple months ago. The Arizona Cardinals stink. It's just playing below average. 9 points is crazy. The Bills and the Chiefs, like I said, the Bills could really win 13, 14 games, and they are on pace to do that with another clutch win versus the Chiefs. So now, if we look at the standings, I'm pretty sure all roads lead to Buffalo in Orchard Park, something like that. Orchard Park, New York, Highmark Stadium. So all roads lead to that right now, as of right now. So it's not over, but as of right now, all roads lead to that. My Philadelphia football playing Eagles, 6-0. The Cowboys defense, they like that. When they came out in the second half, for I say about 20 minutes in the second half of game time, they had me scared. The other, was it 10? We had it on lock. So Darius Slay played well. C.J. Gardner-Johnson had 2 interceptions last night. So we played great. The Cowboys, they'll be fine. They just need Cooper Rush back. So they managed to win games without Dak Prescott. They were 4-0 going into this game without Dak Prescott, I'm pretty sure. Was he? Let me see. Oh, yeah. My Eagles played great. So I just want to see the schedule, NFL.com. What is this? Just show me the schedule. So, yeah. They won that one. They lost that one. I'm scared. Excuse me. They didn't play well at all. They beat the Bengals with Cooper. They beat the Giants with Cooper. They beat the Commanders. And they beat the Rams. And then they lost to us. So he is 4-1. Cooper Rush is 4-1. So they looked pretty good. They got Detroit coming out. That's at home. And they got Chicago. So that should be 2 easy wins crawling into the bye right there. So they should be 6-2 at that point. Should be. So I don't know. I want to see Detroit win, but Detroit is killing me right now. And they come out versus Green Bay. That game means a lot less now because of how bad Green Bay is playing. But they go to Minnesota, which is Cooper Rush's homecoming from last year. So that'll be a big game right there. But the fact that both of those teams could go into it 7-8-2, somewhere around there. So both of those teams can go into that game just like that. So yeah, that's it for those. I mean, the Eagles are running the ball well. Nick Sirianni got that team right. That second half, that fourth quarter adjustment where they finally decided to stop playing around and put the Cowboys away was exactly what we needed. There's that. The Lions are 1-4. Again, they're losing close games. They had the number 1 offense in the league going into the game last. Yeah, number 1 scoring offense. Excuse me. Going into the game last week versus the Patriots, they put up 0. So yeah, like 23, 27, 19, 35. Oh, that's the preseason. I'm sorry. So 35 versus us, 36 with 24, 45. And other than that, like the 0 versus them. What is this nonsense that's playing on my screen right now? I ain't asked for that. So, I mean, they got a tough schedule. They had a really tough schedule. They can beat. What it's looking like is they can beat. I just need something to play in the background. They just need, they can beat the Bears. I don't know about the Giants anymore. They got Buffalo on Thanksgiving. They got Jacksonville. They can win that one. They can beat Minnesota. They can beat so they a lot of their wins are coming in the second half. But I'm not giving up on them Detroit boys. I'm really not. They had a great offensive line, so that'll be an answer for Dallas's D-line coming out. I'm just a little bit concerned about the defense because their defense is playing atrocious right now. But there's that. The Titans, mid. The Raiders suck. The Texans, it's the Texans. They're looking for a way to just fire Easterby, so they're just trying to find their way. I'm gonna talk about the Raiders real quick. The Raiders fucking suck. Um, Josh McDaniels, I seen a tweet. Josh McDaniels started 6-0 as a coach, not in Vegas, but when he was in Denver, he started 6-0. Since that sixth win, then he is 6-22. So he's now 12-22 in total as a head coach. Time for the honeymoon to end versus the Raiders. Why he went for it on I'm going for two. Yeah, 2012 and 21 hasn't won since. So you go back and look at these games. So they just came out slow versus the Chargers, blew a 23-0 lead. I'm pretty sure versus the Cardinals. Played like shit until the end. They beat the Broncos, but looking at it now, it's not that good. They went for two unnecessarily, and then they lost because they had two players running into each other. So they got Houston coming out, and then they got the Saints. So that might be two steals right there. So you can at that you turn around, you 3-5. You could be 4-5. You could be 5-5. You could be 6-5, 7-5. Going into week 13, you need to be 7-5 right here. Like you need to. You need to rattle off some wins because y'all bullshitting. Yeah, this team is too damn talented and have too much of an offensive-minded coach to not be doing what y'all need to be doing. That's like really unacceptable. So there's that. It was a great game versus the Chiefs for us, the viewers, not for the Raiders. So they're looking pretty average, and then it's the Texans. So now the last teams we're gonna talk about is Denver Broncos and the LA Chargers. So the LA Chargers are fine. I mean, it's just somebody said that Brandon Staley might be out if Sean Payton looking for a job. So they're 7th in passing and 28th in rushing. It's unacceptable. 20th overall offense and 28th overall defense. You know who's worse than them? The Denver Broncos are 29th in total offense. That's ridiculous. So let's look here. So they got punched in the mouth by Jacksonville. I don't know what happened. They played the Chiefs. That was a Thursday night game. Justin Herbert got hurt. I remember that. But he still was balling. That was play calling. So Gerald Everett was tired, and they decided to go hurry up when they saw he was tired, and that didn't help. Jacksonville, they got punched in the mouth. They beat Houston to revenge from last year. They beat Cleveland, and now they just got Denver. Denver, I have no idea what's going on with Russell Wilson. I have no idea what's going on with Nathaniel Hackett. His coaching is horrible. From the very first game, the coaching was horrible. That kicking the field goal at the end of the game versus Ronaldo, if he gets going, it could be a scary move. Yeah, it could be, but that's the problem. It take way too long for them to get going, and when they do, it end up in a turnover. So the decision to kick the ball at the end of the game versus the Seahawks didn't make sense. They beat the Texans, scoring 16 points, and I know the fans was booing that. 11 points versus the 49ers. So 2 points came from a safety from Jimmy G just running out of bounds. So that, honestly, he only put up 9 points. And they should have lost that game. So they don't get the safety. They lose. 23-32 versus the Raiders. Nowhere to be found. This was horrible to watch. This was not good defense. This was bad offense. So there's that. Now they got the Chargers. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know. But they running out of time to figure it out. Because this honeymoon phase, they are 22 of 72 on third downs. They 50% on fourth downs. 7.4 completion percentage average. So these are more so defensive stats than anything. Field goals, they have 6 touchdowns altogether. Their opponents have 6 touchdowns altogether. They got 4 passing touchdowns. Well, I'm telling you, they better figure it out. Because you ain't got much time in the NFL season to turn around. Next you know, you get replaced by Josh Johnson. So Russell Wilson, Broncos country, let's ride. Bro. Come on, son. Yeah. 4 total touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 5 total touchdowns, excuse me, 3 interceptions. So I don't know what they need to do. I ain't the coach, but those are my thoughts. Real quick, real brief. Nothing too crazy. So I'm gonna do this again probably around Thanksgiving. In a month. I should do this in a month. Right around Thanksgiving. After Thanksgiving weekend, because we come after that, it's finals for me. So that'll be a good chunk of videos, and so I can just put them out and then get ready for my finals, and then that'll be that. So, but other than that, the NFL season is going great. Again, it is wide open. Because the NFC East went from the worst division in football to the best. Both the West divisions are kind of ass outside of the Chiefs. Yeah, because the Raiders suck, the Broncos suck, the Chargers suck. I would say the Broncos defense. I'm not going to not. The Broncos defense is playing amazing, so there's that. But like as a whole, they're not playing that good. The 49ers average. The Rams suck. Who else? The Cardinals suck, and the Seahawks are playing better. They're just like they don't. I don't know what they're doing. They're just trying to find their way, and they're winning. They're winning while trying to find their way, which is crazy. So, that's it. Daniel Jones is performing great. Russell Wilson's performing bad, but it's the NFL. What can you expect? But thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. I love you. Bye.